Hi guys, Tony and Sarah here. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. We've had a super great day.
Yes.
And we wanted to talk to you guys about how to make your own break, right? And if you're anything like us, we have kind of gone through the ebbs and flows of a business, right? And looking around, wondering when we're going to get our break, wanting to get our break, you know, kind of just like, oh, when are we ever going to get our break? And that for us really was, I don't know, I guess what we call, it was a repeating pattern in our life, right? Yeah. And it was happening over and over and over again. And I'll tell you, what was so funny for us is that we were always looking around at like everything that was happening, right? So, you know, we're the type of people that if you give us direction, we tend to follow it, we stay on point. And so we were doing everything that we needed to do to build our business. We were doing, you know, what we call like our daily disciplines, right? We were doing those day in and day out. We were super disciplined with it. We were committed. We were doing it. And we still were struggling. We still were like, we're not getting a break. And we were seeing so many other people have breaks. And then there was a couple of things that happened that we went, holy crap, like, wow, okay, that couldn't have been more obvious. But at the time, we just weren't open to it. You know, I really think that some of the things I needed to go through along the way of building my business, I had to go through it. It made me better. It made me stronger. And so we're going to walk you guys through a couple of things that really gave us some ahas that we were just like, holy cow, my God, if we were feeling that way, and those are the things that we needed to kind of quote unquote create our break, guess what? There's probably going to be some viewers on here that could use the same advice, right?
Yeah.
That we gave ourselves a while ago.
And I think the first one was a big one for me was joy over judgment, joy over resentment. Because I was blocking every single day all the goodness that could come into my life, that could come into my business, whether it was, you know, conversations every day. Even this was with relationships of mine too. And I had to, one, forgive other people because what I was holding on to every single day, and I might have told myself, or I might have looked good on the surface saying, you know, there's no resentment there and, you know, I let that go. But deep down inside, it was a trigger and it was holding me back and it was blocking anything good that could come my way. Anything that was going to show up in a positive way, it wasn't going to happen because I didn't forgive other people. I didn't forgive myself. And I was holding on to this so tight, babe, where it just crippled me deep down inside.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it like for myself. Like there was a lot of things that personally I worked through where there was like little teeny tiny resentments. Maybe, you know, I mean, girls that are watching, we're a little crazy, right? So it's like, you know, there's things that, oh my gosh, someone said something to us and we took it too personal. Oh my gosh, like, you know, this went down, my feelings got hurt. And you know what? I had to learn how to have tough skin in this. If I was going to grow a business, if I was going to be an entrepreneur, I had to quit always feeling like I had to be on the defensive. I had to quit feeling like, you know, that person did it on purpose. Woe is me. Like all that stuff, right? Like none of that stuff was serving me. And I'll tell you, this is what's really crazy, guys. What was so crazy is I think that I actually was almost proud of carrying around that resentment. I had this big bag of resentment that I was walking along with, right? And it was all the reasons, right? I couldn't figure out why I wasn't like getting a break. Well, guess what? I didn't leave any room in my life to get a break because imagine, for those of you that like know Hoarders, you've ever watched the show Hoarders, imagine having this huge house and it's packed full of, guess what? Crap, right? It is packed full of stuff. So you have a house that's packed full of stuff and you don't even leave an inch of room for anything, right? So I had a house, I had a heart that was packed full of crap that I didn't even leave 1 ounce of goodness to ever happen in my life. No matter how much I did what I was supposed to do every day to build my business and grow my business and get sales, like no matter what, I was never going to get that because I left no room. And so the very first thing that I did is I'm like, you know what? I need to make my own break, right? I need to make my own break in my business instead of looking around going, where's the break? Where's the break? Well, guess what? Guess where the break was? The break was in me. The break was in me, right? And so the minute that I was able to drop off that garbage bag that I was so dang proud to carry around, that was unforgiveness, that was resentment, that was all the stuff, right? The minute I dropped it off, guess what happened? All of a sudden there was so much room. And the minute you leave room, guess what happens? Things flood in. All of a sudden, leads started flooding in. People started asking about my business. My follow-up got easier. People were asking about wanting to be customers of mine because I now actually had room for all of this goodness, right? Versus carrying around all of this stuff of comparing and resenting and taking things personal and being defensive, right? Which all of us know, guess what? None of that, I mean, none of that serves us in any way, like any which way, right? It just doesn't. So for us, I would say for me, that was probably the biggest thing that I had creating my break. I mean, it really was the biggest thing. The second thing I want to share, and then I'm gonna let you talk, babe. Sorry about that. So the second thing I want to share with you guys is all about an echo. Okay. So think about this. So when let's say you're in the Grand Canyon, okay, and you yell really loud, hello, right? What happens when you yell that?
You project and it comes back.
Exactly. The echo comes back. Now, we can guess exactly when the echo comes back. It might come back right away. It might come back in a couple minutes. It might take it even a little bit longer. But guess what I can tell you? The echo always comes back. So the thing I want to share with you is this, is in your business, in your life, as you are out there doing good in the world, as you're doing things, right? Understand that what you are putting out there, that echo is going to come back. It might not come back in a month. It might not come back in a year. But what I know for a fact is that echo comes back. And so that echo, guys, for me, in my life, is the promise. Is that if I double down on doing good, it will come back. If I double down and getting after my business, one way or another, whether it's usually not my timing, it's the timing, right? Just in general, it always comes back. So know that your echo is so important, right? Your echo is so important with building your business. Whatever you do, you realize that you're planting that seed. And in time, that echo is going to come back, right? So important. Tony and I, we look at that in everything that we do every day is we're like, what's our echo? What's our echo? What's our echo? In our relationships, in our business, with our kids, as we're out there giving and doing contribution inside of our community, right? We know that echo is going to eventually come back. And a lot of times, guys, it's way bigger than what we ever expected. But again, we really, really focus in on that.
And I want you to think about this. There's like 75 days left, something like that, in this decade, right? Time flies when you're having fun. And it's kind of like...
Isn't that crazy, guys? Stop. Think about that a second.
That statement, yeah.
Right? I saw someone post the other day on Facebook. They're like, oh, there's whatever many days till the end of 2019.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, Tony, do you realize, like, it's not just going to be the end of the year.
Yeah.
It's going to be the end of a freaking decade, right? Big deal. And so anyways, I want to go back because I just think that's so powerful to think of how we're going to lead into
a new decade,
right?
Yeah.
Big deal.
And it's really time to get over your judgments, your fears, your doubts, and really do something that matters, right?
Totally.
It's like your time. I'm calling you out because someone called me out a while ago and just said, like, it's time to get over that stuff. It's time to do something that matters. It's time to be in motion. It's time to really be all in and really go from this selfie culture to service culture and really impact and really leave this decade like the best you can possibly leave it. And I just want to tell you this. It's like we all got stuff and junk and life happens, and I get all that. But you have the ability to make a decision and to really move forward in a way you've never been, maybe showing up and moving forward like you can after this live. So I'll just challenge you to really forgive you. It's okay. Forgive others. Let the judgment go. Have joy and love in everything that you're doing. And really go, you know what? I've got a plan in front of me. And what Sarah talked about with your echo, every day I'm going to work on that echo and I'm going to make sure that what I project is my best. What I project is love. What I project is joy. What I project is, the best content I have for the day.
What I project actually matters, right?
Yeah, actually matters.
Sometimes we project stuff, and if we really thought about it, even before we say it, we're like, does this really matter right now to say this? You know what I mean? Like every little thing, I want to encourage you guys to start living a life like Tony said, like, let's do something that actually freaking matters.
Yep.
Right? Let's actually do that together. And, we're inspired, guys, because we know it is a new decade. It's been one heck of a ride, right? But what I promise you is that all of us, our best years are still ahead of us.
That's right.
The best years of us giving and sowing and, oh my gosh, contributing and just showing up. And like Tony said, just doing things that actually matter in the world. That's where we get to make our mark, right? That's where we get to make a difference. And we get to do it one day at a time, one person at a time, right? So we encourage you guys to jump on that adventure with us. We're excited about going into the new year, but guess what? We still have a lot left of this year to make it happen and to really get after it.
And if you got some value out of this, share it out. If there's someone you're thinking about that needs to see this, needs to hear this message today, tag them in this video. If there's anything Sarah and I can ever do for you, shoot us a private message, and we'd love to chat with you offline as well.
Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Take care.